Alright, Shalom, Michael. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Racha Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that teaches word in all true faith and sincerity. And today, I just want to title this lesson, The Descension of Edom. And that's what we are witnessing today. The so-called white man, fall. His descension, which is pretty much the act of moving downward, going down, and that's on all levels. The so-called white man, and the scriptures thoroughly outlines the rise and the fall of this man. It was prophesied how this devil was going to come into power. He was going to be exalted above all the trees. But ultimately he was going to be cut down. And we are witnessing that process now. So, matter of fact, I start off this in the book of Isaiah 47. Isaiah chapter 47, verse 1, it reads, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." And that's not a suggestion. This is a commandment from Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Commanding, and it says virgin daughter of Babylon. So that's not talking about the actual Babylon. That's talking about America. Because that's why I said daughter, virgin daughter. Because the daughter comes after you. And we see that America pretty much follow the same customs of Babylon. Egypt, Sodom, Nineveh. The Chaldeans. This place uphold all those customs of those previous kingdoms, man. It says, sit on the ground. There is no throne. See, so this man power is being taken away. His influence. All that's being cut down, man. Nobody's, these different countries not honoring the U.S. dollar. They just totally There's not even involving America in these different trades. And really just the white man himself. Because it ain't just America that's just going to go down. This whole beast system is going to go down, man. But the baby of the so-called white man is America. That's the throne of the devil. So you seeing the status of this place, how much more the rest of the body of this devil. It says there is no throne or daughter of the Chaldeans, see, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. See, so this place have lost its luster, man. It's like throwing a pencil in the hallway, if you catch my drift. This place has ran its course. It's finished, man. And it was a point where people would never think that the so-called white man would ever go down. Who have heard such a thing as the America going down? How this devil promote his military, and different things. Everybody's speaking English. Everybody wearing the same, the same, uniform, so to speak, of America, such as a 3-piece suit or leggings with a damn earpiece. You would never thought this place was going down. But the Lord had revealed that unto us that we actually in the midst of his fall. This is Psalm 73 verse 3. It says, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked." And how did that envy show? Through our actions, by the way of us trying to go to college, or the NBA, these different outlets to get what the so-called white man presented as well off and living a good life. Nigga do all this trapping and robbing just to get a Lambo, because that was the so-called white man presented as a certain status, that you gotta have a Lambo to be that guy, or a villa in Costa Rica, or a so-called good job. You got a good desk job. That's how we show envy, because we seen the prosperity. This man pretty much he had to look over his shoulder. Oh, matter of fact, let's get something real quick. That Job 21. Yeah, Job 21, verse 7. It said, "Wherefore do the wicked live, become old, yeah, are mighty in power." See, because this man had the longest run out of, the longest tenure out of all these kingdoms. So-called white man had the longest run. That's why he's known as the legs as well. Nobody said become old, yeah, are mighty in power. This man, his military strength. It said their seed is established in their sight with them, and their offspring before their eyes. It said their houses are safe from fear, neither is the rod of the Most High upon them. So yeah, our people saying that, even before we got to the truth, that what we have seen, to a certain extent. This man got it, and we got to do what he did to get to that point. And what he said to do: go to college, go to the NBA, or even go to the studio. Those different forms of outlets, so-called forms of relief to get where he at. But all other trap is a snare. It says, verse 4, Psalm 73 and 4, it said, "For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm." See? So that was saying like there was gonna be no way this nigga's gonna, go out, fall. It seemed like he had it. So matter of fact, let's jump down, because it was gonna get to the point that this man, it was gonna be a chink in his armor, because everyone tried to find a formula all the way down back to the Romans. Everybody tried to come up with a formula to overthrow this man. But it was gonna be in this lifetime. This man, his reign and terror is gonna be over with. And it starts by the way of his word, and it's also gonna physically manifest. Just how it was decreed for him to come into power. It's being decreed for him to, hit the door, kick the bucket. You know what I mean? So this Psalm 73, I started verse 15. It says, "If I say I will speak thus, behold, I shall offend against the generation of thy children. When I thought to know this, it was too painful for me." So, considering that, before we got this truth, I thought that this was the end all be all. Like, you had to go to college now. That was I said, those different outlets this man presented as a way out, as a form of relief, get you a career, pretty much to be more entangled in this place. It says, "Until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High, then understood I their end." See, so once we got this truth, into the sanctuary of the Most High, getting this truth, we understood their end. See, meaning what? This an end to this. Matter of fact, let's get something real quick. Proverbs, I think it's 23 and 17. It said, "Let not thine heart envy sinners, but be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long. For surely there is an end." See, surely. "And thine expectation shall not be cut off." See, and I hope, for the kingdom of heaven to be established, man. And it's not gonna be cut off, because once this man, when he ends, it's gonna his ending is our beginning, man. You know, his ending is our beginning, but that's the Lord have gave us the heads up on it. You know, from this man. You know, like I said, the Lord gave us a rundown throughout the scripture. The whole rundown of this man, so-called white man. You know, Esau, Edom. He was going to come into power. He's going to be the top dog, so to speak, and be abased and fall under our feet. See, this nigga gonna be, he's finna go from sugar to shit overnight, man. You know? He's finna go to sugar to shit overnight. From motherfuckers, from landing on top of buildings. They don't even touch the ground. They are not around common folk. They eat real food. They drink real water. You know, they got resources at their disposal. To a nigga planting flags and burying bodies. And that's their first job. That just their first occupation, you know, that this devil's gonna have. You know? But we seeing that process, we seeing the steps that's leaning towards it. You know, this man, his money system is failing. You know, these other nations not respecting, you know, even referring this man as they once did. Everybody's against him. They even against themselves. Tell Satan about it. Saint, how shall he, you know, how shall his kingdom stand? You know, and that's what we're witnessing, man. You know, it says, just going back, Psalm 73, verse 18, it says, surely thou didst set them in slippery places. See, they're been set in, so when because the Lord set them on the top of the mountain. And that means there is no room for error. And this man's doing all this to keep his head above water. And that's what's ultimately going to lead to his destruction. You know, it tells you that this man continually he's gathered together for war. This is how he was able to come into power. But that's ultimately going to lead to his downfall. You causing all this ruckus. And you pull men power. You pull, or it tells scripture talks about them being in their beds. That means you supposed to be at rest. This nigga up all night conjuring shit. He in the lab coming up with new flavored fagos. Nigga, just chill out. You want power. But this is what's going to lead to his downfall. And we, like I said, we witnessing it now. Riots, protests, earthquakes in diverse places, from literal earthquakes to earth-shaking events. All these are the steps down of the so-called white man. This nigga is you know, the same steps you came up, you're going to hit them same steps down, man. And he ain't walking down those steps. This nigga is tumbling. Oh, the scripture said the Lord's gonna roll them down from the rocks, man. You know? He said, thou castest them down into destruction. And we seeing the destruction of the so-called white man. The very pillars that upheld this man from our way to these different, you know, they had the retail apocalypse, the Kmart and all this shit, that Sears, those stores that, like I said, the pillars of this place, to the money, you know, just to the influence, that image, all that's being destroyed, man. You know, we are witnessing the end of this devil, the descension. And the profession of that is going to be when he's a slave. You know, this nigga's a full-fledged servant, man. You know. So let's see. Salakia, is that bear with me. I think that's let me just slip my mind. Oh, that's what it is. Isaiah 14. Isaiah chapter 14 and 2, it says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. See, and that's what's going to happen to all these nations, but especially the so-called white man. You know, you're going to be brought to your place, to your lot, which it tells you that it proceeded to be an arrow of Solomon. Read the book of Ecclesiastes. Solomon said it looked like it was an arrow from a ruler. He seen servants upon horses and princes walking upon the earth. That's where we at now. But it's gonna we in a time, like I said, we seeing the necessary steps leading toward. He's gonna be brought back to his place, to his lot, which is a servant, which is a slave. Oh, it was prophesied the elder shall serve the younger. Well, we witnessing that. His dissension. This nigga got proud. Well, the Lord got away to humble a nigga. You know? It says, and they shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. See? And that's what's ultimately going to happen. That's going to be a reflection of the downfall of the so-called white man. Says he's not going to have no son and nephew. His roots going to be burnt up. There's going to be no way you can bounce back from what the Lord about to do to him. You know, starting with these elite bankers. You know? But we are witnessing the dissension. And like I said, the perfection of this ultimately when, is that Psalms? I think it's Psalms 18, yup. The perfection of this when this nigga a slave, man. So, ain't gonna be the end. It's gonna be the end out be out for him when the missiles come. Ain't like he gonna be able to sign the legislation the next day to. No, man. That's gonna be it. But like I said, his end is our beginning. You know? So this is the book of Psalm 18, verse Psalm 18, verse 37. It says, I have pursued my enemies and overtaken them. See, and we doing that through the word. This man's been hunted down spiritually. He's been pointed out, he's been found out to be the culprit, the reason why everything is fucked up. You know, and he's been overtaken, he's been consumed with the spirit of the mouth of the Lord, man. And it's physically gonna take place as well when these